Hi students, this is Mrs. Henney and I'm going to help you with your homework that you have for tonight on long division. We're going to solve this problem using the traditional method. And so remember that tomorrow you have a test, so it's real important that you know how to do your problems using long division. Okay. So to start out, we're going to say how many groups of 5 are there in 4? There are none, so we're going to look at 41 instead. And we're going to say how many groups of 5 are there in 41? And if you get stuck on this, you can use your multiplication chart. Go down the column of 5s until you get to a number close to 41 without going over. And you'll discover that there are 8 groups of 5 in 41. So we did our first step, which was to divide. We're going to check that off. Now we're going to do our next step, which is multiply. 8 times 5 is 40. So we've done the step of multiplying. Now we're going to subtract. Did that step. Now we're going to check to make sure that our 1, which is like our remainder so far, is smaller than our divisor 5, and it is, so we're good to go. And now we're going to bring down anything that's hanging out over here, and there's a 5, so we've got 15 divided by 5 now. Remember that our song tells us divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring down, then do it all again. So we're going to do it all again starting from the top, and we're going to divide 15 divided by 5, and that answer is 3. And now we're going to multiply. Only 3 times 5 is 15. Now we're going to subtract, and we're going to check and make sure that our remainder is less than our divisor, and it is. We're going to check to see if there's anything else left to bring down, and there's not. So we are done. And our answer is 83. Now to check that, we're going to take our answer, our quotient, 83, and multiply it by our divisor, 5. And we get 415. That's the same number we started with here, so our check is good to go. Okay, I would like for you to go ahead and try number 2 and pause the video for just a minute before you watch the video to help you. I'd like for you to try it by yourself first. So go ahead and do that. Okay, so hopefully you've tried working that problem out and you've written out your steps. Divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring down. Or we can also say, does McDonald's serve cheeseburgers? Those are the steps to help us remember what to do. Now we're going to say, how many groups of 3 are there in 16? And remember, we know there's no groups of 3 in 1, so we're going to look at 16. So there are 5 groups, so we divided. Now we're going to multiply. 5 times 3 is 15. Now we're going to subtract. We get 1. Check to make sure your remainder is less than your divisor, and it is. So now we have a 2 to bring down, and we can check that off. And now we're going to do it all again. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. And I need to check those two both off. Subtract, we get 0. Check to make sure my remainder is less than my divisor, and it is. Now I'm going to bring down my 9. Did that, and now I'm going to do it all over again. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. I'm going to subtract. 9 minus 9 is 0. check to make sure that my remainder is smaller than my divisor, and see what there is to bring down. There's nothing to bring down, so I'm done. Now, to check the whole thing, I'm going to take my quotient right here, multiply it by 3. 543 times 3. And I got the same thing that I started with in my dividend. So I'm good to go. Okay, I'm going to let you work those last 3 problems by yourself using these same steps.